Aloha, my friend, and I wanted to talk to you right before I start my workout over there, eyeballing some weights and some strength training equipment. And it got me thinking about something I wanted to talk to you about today that has been on my mind a lot for, pretty much the whole time I've ever been a trainer. It's a topic that you've probably been exposed to today, maybe, or at least in the very near recent past. And it has to do with this idea of toning. And when people come to me asking me, well, I want to get toned, my first reaction is to always say, okay, what does that mean? Like, to you, what does that mean? And the response that I get most of the time is that people want to achieve a firmer, more tight look and appearance in their body, especially in their muscles or certain areas of their body, for example, like in their butt. And they believe that toning, approach that encourages toning, I should say, is how they are going to achieve that. And so then I start to ask them, okay, we're on the same page there. How do you think you go about achieving that toned effect? And what is toning? And the responses I usually get are usually where the problem is. There's a lot of misinformation out there about what toning is and how to achieve it. Most of the times you'll hear people say, well, do light repetitions as far as the weight goes, high repetitions, and just target a specific body area, and that'll get you the toned look that you're looking for. And I gotta tell you, that's for the most part an absolute myth and an untruth, okay? First of all, there's two parts to toning and achieving a tight, firm look. Number one is fat loss, okay? You may want a six-pack to show, and frankly, we're all born with six-packs, but the problem is it's usually covered up by a layer of fat and skin. So that's one part of the toning equation, is to get rid of that through proper diet, a lot of intense exercise, and all the good habits that you know are a part of getting in shape. And we'll get into that maybe at another time, but for the purposes of what I want to talk about today, that's the other part of the equation that goes into toning. The part that I want to talk about today has to do with what you do underneath those layers of skin and fat to then push out and make more firm that area of the body, for example, your butt. In this case, if you were to lose body fat in the area of your butt, you'd be left with loose skin. And so therefore what's required is to expand the underlying space by growing the muscle. And that's what toning really is growing muscle. And I know a lot of people, especially women, are a little bit scared about the thought of growing muscle and building muscle because they think, well, I'm going to become bulky and my body doesn't respond well to that. It makes me look manly. And while that may be true for a very small percentage of the population, for the most part, people are not approaching toning properly. I wish you could see what I'm doing right now. I'm lifting my leg out to the side, and I see a lot of kickbacks and leg extensions and targeted movement type things that really have a high number of repetitions, and they may get your muscle feeling like it's burning. If it's working, there may be a little bit of a feeling of swelling there, but that feeling is transient, it's temporary. It comes and goes as a result of blood rushing into those tissues that are working and supplying them with what they need, which is good. And I'm not trying to say that this kind of exercise is a bad form of exercise, but what I am trying to say is that if your goal is to accomplish this toning objective that we're talking about, it's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to really build that muscle tissue. And I gotta tell you, it only takes a little bit of muscle tissue all over your body built up in the right muscles, or all of them really, to expand your skin and to give you that tightened, toned look. So how do you go about doing that? Really, you gotta do strength training, whether it's strictly weights in a weight room or some other way where you load your muscles up with resistance. It could be TRX suspension training or medicine balls or kettlebells, a lot of different things. You could do body weight exercises if done right, and that's one thing that I specialize in, getting really intense workouts done with body weight training. But whatever it is that you decide to use, what you need to be doing is really pushing yourself and taxing those muscles and trying to get them to grow. It really is growth. And the sooner you can become comfortable with that idea of growing muscles and expanding the area of your body that you're trying to target, the quicker you'll get to that point of having that toned, leaned, tight appearance that you're looking for, okay? So I know that the media, the prevailing thought about how to train and fitness for years and years and years has told us to, number one, spot reduce through doing crunches to get rid of belly fat. Hopefully we all know that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. And very similar, in a similar context, we have this toning myth that we're talking about, where low resistance, high repetitions is the way to do it. You're going to build some muscle endurance, and you're going to build some cardiovascular endurance during that, and you're going to sweat. You're going to work out, that's great. But the toned look is achieved by strength training that includes pushing yourself to new limits, growing muscle, and continuing to grow that and maintain that as you go. And so that's the thing I wanted to emphasize to you. Now, again, if you're interested in methods on how to do that, I can help you either online. If you live here on Oahu, we have personal training that's available for you that I can come and bring to you and show you specific methods to help you accomplish what you're trying to accomplish. There's also online stuff. There's group stuff here, online stuff if you don't live here. Either way, I'd love to help you achieve that toned look if that's what you're looking for, or whatever your goals may be. I'd love to help you with that as well. Okay guys, so if you have any questions about this toning, if it didn't make sense, give me an email, send me an email. You can get to me on the Facebook page or however you want to, and I'd love to talk to you more about this. We could probably expand this topic into a much longer video, but we'll cut it off here and just leave you with the idea that if you want, again, to achieve toning, you have to grow muscle, you have to build muscle and expand that underlying tissue to make the body part appear more firm and toned. Okay guys, talk to you soon for another edition of the newsletter. If you're receiving this or if you're seeing it on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and have more for you soon, to help you with all of your training needs. Aloha.